According to a recent article on the dailymail.com, the Johnston County School Board in North Carolina unanimously approved a new ethics policy limiting how certain topics about history and race can be taught in schools. The all-Republican Board of Commissioners said they would continue to withhold the funds until a policy was established to eliminate the possibility of critical race theory teachings and any other potentially divisive teaching topics. Over the summer, groups of parents took to the streets to protest the theory and issue support for policy restricting it in schools. The question, ladies, should the real U.S. history be withheld from students, or is this a form of protection? This is big. This is pretty much criticizing all of what we learned right here in this world.
Yeah, and it was wrong.
Right.
A lot of it is wrong, and sadly, our school systems are antiquated. And while I can tell you tons of stuff about Greek theology, the education of Black history starts with slavery, and we all know that that's not true. And there's rich culture of royalty and kings and queens that we were never taught about. So I think it's a bigger picture situation. I actually love what this woman's doing. The problem is that it will get her in trouble because that's just not the curriculum that we have.
Right.
So on a bigger picture, we need to change the curriculum. We need to change what our schools are teaching our children, and they need to know the truth.
But they're not gonna do that. The reason why this school board, it was a unanimous decision, is because they were gonna withhold $7.9 million.
It's about money.
And
it's
critical
always
race
about money.
theory, what some people, the anti-critical race theory people believe, is that it will teach white children to hate themselves. Being white.
Right.
And that's not true.
Right.
We need to understand.
Learn the history.
Because they teach
Should
it.
we hate
It's
ourselves
also
if we hear that
controlling
we're
the narrative.
slaves? Should we keep the mentality that,
But we're not even talking about slavery.
No.
We're talking about critical race theory is taught in law school.
Yes.
And it really and the reason why they teach it to attorneys so that it can help them to prove their cases.
yeah.
Right.
Because
And non-biased
there's
as
so
well.
much that's happening with systemic racism.
Right.
And it's not gonna teach the kids to hate, it's really gonna teach us to be a better country.
Right.
But we're
Yes.
trying to get people to understand that.
The only way you can improve and evolve is if you learn the mistakes of your past, and that includes your ancestors. And we should all own that as a country together. The more united we are is if we own the mistakes that have taken place and make right with them now. But you can't revere these leaders and somebody like Christopher Columbus, who really didn't discover America. Like, you can't keep teaching these things. I did book reports on people that were heroes, that were slave owners. You know what I mean?
because
Like,
that's what they
I
wanna-
found
they
out
wanna
on this
keep it
show
like
that I'm
that.
27% Native American, and yet I looked at a picture of myself at PS 110 for Thanksgiving, and I have on a crown of feathers and a brown paper bag. Like, it's not okay.
Right.
I think it's
Right.
important for parents,
Controlling the narrative.
until we can change the school systems and the curriculums, please teach your children as much as you can
At home.
about
home.
what's happening.
Yes.